something seemingly unmentionable has happened to you. Yes, it's that one thing you most intensely want to delete permanently from your history. But try as you may, nothing works to erase the memory of the event or the effects that happen as a result of the event. This leaves you in an emotional landscape that is dark, cold, and hopeless. You know in your head that the only way out of this emotional prison is to face directly and own this root event. But you just want to throw up, curse yourself up one side and down the other, or go into full-blown panic mode when you even consider approaching the subject. What do you do with that? How do you even begin to start the work that you know is so vital to the quality of the rest of your life? I'm Dana Hicks, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I have an idea that may be beneficial in smoothing the entranceway and the threshold into the room of your dark past. So first, ask yourself, if that big, huge, ugly thing had a color, what would it be? If that root event, the big, huge, ugly thing of a root event, had a shape, what would it be? You could get really creative here. If that big, huge, ugly thing of a root event had a texture, what would it be? If that thing had a temperature, what would it be? And then write the answers and draw them. And then take that whole piece of paper that it's on and set it aside, out of your sight, but where you know where it is. Okay, step 2. Get another piece of paper and ask yourself this question. If there was something that ended up in the long run benefiting you from this event, no matter how small or big, what would it be? And write that answer down. Then sit with that a minute and ask yourself, is there anything else? And honestly, search. If there's not anything else, that's cool. That's totally fine. If so, if there is something, write it down and keep going through that process until there's nothing left. Okay? And then for each concept, I want you to ask yourself the same questions that you did before. Is what color would it be? What shape would it be? What texture would it be? What temperature would it be? And then there's a new question for this one. It's where would it live in your body if it did live in your body? So answer those questions. Either write them or draw them. And then imagine those concepts taking root actually in your body where you said that they would be in your body. And breathe them in. Let them get comfortable, right? And then imagine yourself turning in the general direction of that picture you drew about the root event. Okay? You're turning in the general direction. How would those concepts, those beneficial things that you imagined, how would they smooth the way in your benefit as you begin to think about engaging with that root event? How would they protect you? Would they be a shield of protection? Would they be courage? Would they be your strength? Would they be your hope as you start to engage with this thing? And also ask yourself, what would it look like if the two concepts, the beneficial ones and the root event, what would it look like if those two objects began to engage with each other? What would that look like? Then, as you begin to get an image, check in with yourself and notice, really notice and soak in any bit of relief you start to feel. Breathe it in. And know that that is you engaging with a chance of freedom and hope that you really desire for the rest of your life. So know that this process in itself is a huge accomplishment because it is you opening your mind to the work, which is often the hardest part. So the hardest part might at this point be behind you. Whoa, that's exciting, right? So to review, to get yourself to start doing the work that you know you need to do, even though there's this big ugly thing, the first step is to make that big ugly thing into an object. So what color would it be? What shape would it be? What texture would it be? What temperature would it be? Write it down or draw it, and then set it aside out of your vision. And then get another piece of paper and ask yourself, what, if anything, ended up being, in the long run, beneficial as a result of this event? Write them down and then ask yourself the same questions. Turn them into an object. What color would they be? What shape would they be? What texture would they be? What temperature would they be? And then also ask yourself, where would they live in your body if they did live in your body? Okay, then imagine them taking root wherever you said they would be. And then imagine yourself starting to engage with the object of the root event. How would those concepts help you through that process? How would they make the path smooth for you? You get to decide. Would they be a shield of protection, courage, hope? you name it. How would they help you through this where you need it the most? And imagine that happening. Imagine the engaging happening. The object of the root event meets these beneficial concepts. Take a deep breath. Soak that image in. And then notice any shift in your energy. Notice it and appreciate it. And know that that was no easy thing. And it's a huge accomplishment. And congratulate yourself because you have started your work, which is often the hardest thing to do in the whole process. So, good job. Okay, so this is my gift to you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below with no strings attached.